Yeah, let's get this rumors thing cracking. Hey, I ain't been here in a minute. Yes, started by the jealous people.
Masquerade party. What you call that, nigga? This is the best of the kind. Well, you just go in there.
And they get mad since something they had and somebody else is holding. Tell me that temptation is very hard to resist. But these wicked women, ooh, they just persist. Maybe you think it's cute, but girl, I'm not impressed.
Well,
I tell you one time only with my baby. Don't mess with me. Look at all these rumors surrounding me every day. I just need some time.
Yeah. I'm a cancer. Let's do it. Let's do it. Hello, Facebookers, YouTubers, what else? Instagrammers. Thank you for tuning in to the Intimacy Chronicles. I'm a little frazzled because I was running late, and I'm sure my guest is going to remind me all damn night that I was late. It's been a while since we've done the show. I've been in LA, been doing magazine publications, and so I'm back in the hot seat where I belong. And so I'm not going to talk about me tonight. I'm going to introduce my guest and let him do his takeover. So tonight we have the godfather of comedy, Mr. Rickey Shackleford.
The real deal.
The real deal,
There you
okay? So we're just going to get right into it, and we're talking about whatever the fuck Rickey wants to talk about, okay?
We can even cuss on this line. This is all right. Hope my pastor don't see this. You need to be giving double offerings this week, boy. You have committed a sin. No, I'm happy. I'm Baltimore's godfather of comedy. 40 years in this business, and
Wow.
yeah, I've walked every ground from Greenmount Avenue to North Avenue to Cherry Hill to Liberty Road. I mean, I've been everywhere. And this is my home. I love Baltimore, and I couldn't do what I've done if Baltimore is my motivation, really.
Okay.
You know, because I planted the seed here when so many people have left. And I'm still going.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It ain't where you start, it's where you finish. And that's what Baltimore tells me, you know, coming from the south side of Baltimore, coming from a little neighborhood, a little country neighborhood.
What, Hamburg?
No, further down. Past Cherry Hill. Don't fall in the water. Just keep going. They call it Maryland Dry Dock. It's Fairfield.
Okay.
Brooklyn.
Okay.
That's where I came. I'm just a country boy. That's all. Potato sack eating, peanut butter eating, brother. That's me. That's where I'm from. I'm a country boy. I'm a throwback. Don't touch me.
So you're a country boy. You cook like a country
boy?
I
cook too. I know about barbecue.
Okay.
I know about collard greens.
All right.
That's how we do down in North Kakalaki.
North
Kakalaki. You got to be from North Kakalaki to say North Kakalaki. Say North Kakalaki.
North Kakalaki.
But she slid it in. No, but this is Baltimore homegrown. So many people wonder why I ain't dead yet, because you can't kill a country boy. We don't die, we multiply.
Ain't that a fact? Oh my God.
We don't die,
Ain't
we
that
multiply.
A fact? Ain't that a fact? So what's going on with Rickey Shackleford?
Oh man, you know what? And Jackie, we talked about a couple of days ago, and I'm so blessed, and I have to give the glory to God first. I'm working on so many projects right now. With not only producing 2 productions every month 2 productions, whether it's going to be at Club Expectations or Vulcan Blazers. My job is to keep Baltimore on the map, especially the up and coming new acts. Is what I do. I don't want to get it twisted. I don't want what's the father name? Eddie Levert calling me talking I want the OJs and Vulcan Blazers. Hey, I know the next thing he gonna go is for the love of money.
Okay.
But but now I just put in my hand a tribute show to Sanford and Son. Jackie, people don't know that I'm a master impressionist now. I'm a little sick and tired from all the running for a couple of days. So, but I'm gonna be doing Red Fox in the play. You big dummy. You hear that, Nick? If I had a face like yours, I was sticking in dough and make gorilla cookies. And Red Fox was a Sagittarius too. He was one of the funniest comedians ever. And he's a Red, and Richard Pryor was my idol back in the day. And like I said, my voice is a little trembling, so I ain't gonna hit and miss and then look bad.
That's all right.
And Nick will be like, he sound like McGruff the crime dog.
No, they're gonna say he sound like he got a bunch
like
of nuts
Esther.
in his mouth.
Watch it, sucker. Watch it, sucker. Okay, you pushing it now. You can ad-lib, Nick. You got timing though.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we all about having fun and about building relationships, and that's what
it.
I'm the CEO of BWT Productions. That's businesses working together.
That's what it's all about.
And you wouldn't believe this, even though Baltimore seemed like it's crumbling a little bit because of the riot, I still got riot memorabilia.
Oh, wow.
You got to have riot memorabilia.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
right. So the point is, somebody got to be the glue to this thing. Somebody got to keep it going
I agree.
and understand the vision. There's a vision with live entertainment. So I've had a privilege of working with most of the major groups, from Patti LaBelle.
Okay.
I did Patti 3 times. I did the OJs, and sometimes you don't know when your blessings are going to come. I did OJs 4 or 5 times.
Oh, wow.
One of my biggest goals, and I was never reaching for the stars. I was into it because of the passion.
Okay.
See, people got to understand the difference.
It is a difference.
You're going to be the next Kevin Hart. Look, I ain't going to be short, first of all.
Like Nick.
Like that. That's like saying,
I see.
Look, I would not be the butt of y'all interview jokes.
Well, Nick, you keep talking, it's going to be very easy done, okay? Because you got 2 against 1 right now. Especially after Jackie done came in late. So,
Because we're going to hear that all night long about me being late.
Jackie like a bully.
with her sweater dress on and shit. Her legging
And it's
dress.
hot as hell in
It's
here
hot
and
there,
shit.
man. I think they making cookies
Looking
up
at
in
that
there.
damn
I
sweatsuit,
know
making me
it.
even hotter.
I had to turn on the air.
No,
here.
that's-
I don't even feel it.
Hey, look, this
But look, that's a good sign
Maybe
for the
because
winter
we
down
shooting on
here.
hot air.
Yeah,
I don't know, somebody breath hot.
Okay, don't be talking about my breath, Nick. I done covered up.
All right, don't fall
I
out.
done burnt one of my fingers already. There's some bad teeth in your mouth, People don't have bad teeth. You never notice they always got their mouth closed.
Yeah.
Because they done burnt them teeth up in the
Or
back.
when they take pictures, they like this. Look
That's
like a
my
mummy and
bad
shit. The
side.
mummy,
You
that's the
gotta
mummy
get me
picture.
from- Yeah. Gotta get me from the other side, damn it.
But don't let that funk come out their mouth. You died.
Oh.
You used to be my friend.
Okay.
Burnt my mustache
You
and
done burnt
everything.
my eyebrows
Eyebrows
off.
gone too. Can't even get my mustache trimmed no more. You know, that thing up so much. But no, Jackie, I enjoy y'all, man. Y'all, that's good. We need to keep it live.
Yeah,
Well,
definitely.
one of the things about me that people need to know, that they call me the real deal of comedy. And just like we're doing right now, I can create as we go along.
Yeah.
And sometimes people don't understand that's the best form of comedy. Because what you going to do with them jokes ain't working one night.
Right, that's
You better
true.
tap dance, eat chew bubble gum, or do something, but you got to keep it going. Just keep it going. And I have a privilege of all the years produced some great comics in Baltimore.
That's
One was Monique. I started Monique out, never forget. And I hope
See,
she
I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, see, that's why sometimes I did a couple documentaries already, and I don't toot my own horn. That's old school stuff. But it's because I know the work I've done.
Right.
You have to be in the trenches to get what I'm saying. And I remember Jimmy Briscoe and the Little Beavers. I just saw them on an interview the other day, and I remember opening up for them at the stoplight. I was a little young Richard Pryor from Cherry Hill, from the area. And I saw them guys, and I'm hoping that motivates them to get back in, and they might make a comeback.
Okay.
So
that
we
would be
know.
good to see.
Yeah, they was good, but we were just talking earlier before you came in, so many groups don't stay together. One got a problem, one of them is Eddie Kane Jr.,
Oh, yeah. That's the story with a lot of groups.
Yeah,
They probably, except for, I guess, the Four Tops, they were all original. Yeah.
I think the Four Tops, because the Temptations, I think it's 17 of them
That's
now.
what I'm saying, man. They got to have a lawsuit just to claim the name
Hey, look.
Temptations and oh, man.
Hey, look, I got the best one of all in this joke with the Temptations. I think Otis Williams killed all of them.
Because he stay living.
It really is weird that he's the only one.
And he the
left.
motherfucker that really can't sing. That's the crazy
No,
part.
he was the business
Somebody
man.
had to kill them. He killed them all, Dick. He killed them all.
Things that make you go,
Most definitely. But think about it. I've been watching all the movies.
Yeah,
I
right.
love it when he told David Ruffin, ain't nobody come see you, Otis, when he was doing
Right,
the movie.
yeah.
Otis.
Yeah.
And then David
Yeah.
Ruffin ended up in a crack house. Like,
see?
hold on, man. How you get that extra crack? How you get that?
We ain't trying to launch an investigation, but it's, it is kind of weird.
It is weird.
That he's the only one left.
He only one left. And that was my
Yeah.
favorite group. I love the Temptations.
Yeah, me too. Well, for me, it was a cross between them and the Four Tops. I like the Four Top sound.
Right.
Yeah.
You're going to be shocked who I really liked was the Shackleford. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
have you seen her?
Have you seen her?
See, Nick don't remember that music.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm a DJ. I know all about that shit.
I be having to take
I done got
her
head to that
school
shit.
sometimes. Oh, my God. Are you singing?
That's how them motherfuckers sound.
Do that again.
That shit is some good. That shit, the Shy Lights is some good getting head music too.
Yeah.
That nigga hit them high notes. How you say?
That's why you didn't see it, Nick. It was down in the deal.
Oh, my God. They had a lot of classic hits, though.
Yeah. No, Shy Lights, have you seen? I actually sung. I remember when before I ever got in comedy, I'm talking about high school. I sang the Shy Lights Toby. Remember
I
Toby?
love Toby.
It was a sad
Can we get some Toby
day.
over there, man?
Come on, man. Say no
I'm
more.
just
Toby went away. That was my favorite. And me and the guys from the basketball team, when I played ball, we sung that on.
You did some of everything.
Well, I'm talented.
He played with balls.
Nick, that's kind of funny. When I looked up, I said, "Did he say balls?
It's the balls,
You got
man.
the wrong brother. Maybe you need to get Big Girl on here. I'm not playing with no balls.
Oh, my God. Rich said he at work cracking up.
I don't be playing with no balls, Nick. I think Nick done crossed over to the other team.
Well, he didn't want to be alone with the ball playing.
You got it, Nick.
Come on, man. I'm a motherfucking
I'm just
DJ.
saying, he got
She
it.
always challenging me on
I
this
know,
shit.
He be trying to challenge him, but he be rising to the occasion.
Let me see what he got.
You know, have you seen?
There you go.
See, there we go.
Look at it. He got it, too.
Yeah, that was my shit.
That was the joint.
Oh,
I'm telling
my
you,
God. That was sad. Like, when I first heard it,
Yeah.
and I had, like, one of my best friends, her name was Toby.
Okay. Oh,
So,
wow.
yeah,
Good
it
coincidence.
was like, right. Like, damn.
That was the song.
See, I'm gonna have to listen to this shit because I never heard it, but I got it.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm gonna have to listen to this.
Yeah, no, that was their stuff.
It's some sad shit.
He was in love. and-
Oh, he was in love with a chick named Toby.
Yeah, she died.
Well, Rick was in love with a guy named Toby. Or was he in love with Kuta Kente?
They got
It
another.
depended on the day of the week, because he might have been in love with both.
It might have been
It
Kuta
depends.
and Toby.
But when Toby got his foot cut off, he ain't love him no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but Nick, they
Toby
got,
couldn't make it
they
to
got
his
another
house.
song on there, Nick, called Have You Seen Her?
Oh yeah, that's my shit.
You need to go see her, Nick, okay?
I can't. I'm cross-sided.
Well, use your good eye, goddammit.
Jackie coming hard. You said I don't that ain't blinking and stinking. You probably got one blinking and stinking.
Oh my God, that is so crazy.
Nah, Nick, that's all right. No, those was the good days with music. Though.
Definitely.
Yeah, I love the classics.
I got a good one for y'all. Can you remember that? Because we probably about the same age. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
53.
No, you just a baby, Jackie, baby. Oh my, I'm 62 years old, Jackie.
Okay.
I'm just good looking. Look at Nick. Look at
He
me.
just started paying on himself.
Wait a
That's
minute.
what it is.
No,
He got
no.
the
He
depends
just, he
on-
just got on the pins and shit.
Now that's funny, Nick. 'Cause I got to go to the bathroom right now.
Well, it's on the other side of the world. I ain't bullshitting.
Because I don't know where the hell we at right now. And we in the back.
Didn't you see the sign? We
Hell
in the
no,
basement.
we in the back of Dunkin'
We in
Donuts.
the dungeon. That's
Bullshit.
really what it should say.
We
We in the dungeon.
In the
Yeah.
dungeon.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all to call it the dungeon.
The dungeon.
That's the
Exactly.
And look, anything might come out of the dungeon, right, Nick?
Hell yeah, you never know.
What led you to comedy?
Comedy, actually, Jackie, I was a class clown in school.
Okay.
This is a real story. I used to go to school, and the kids, I was with very intelligent college type kids. I mean, even in elementary, you could tell they were smart because I was waiting on their answers so I could write it down. they look forward to me coming to school because I made people laugh.
Okay.
I didn't have no attitude. I was in there just cheerful.
Just
all the time.
fun.
Just having fun. And this mouth like this. See, I go.
Yeah.
And I'm tired right now. Can you imagine if I'm not tired?
Hell to the no. Or hell to the
So how many
no.
fights you got into as a
Right.
comedian?
You know what? And it's funny that you said it. Nobody never fought me.
You
Because
for
not
real?
only could I talk, I could run.
Yeah. So they had to catch him. They couldn't catch
That's a
him.
talking nigga, but he won't slow up. You know, like I say, when you go to jail, beat up the biggest person in jail.
Yeah.
That's right. If I go to jail, I'm just going to have them laughing all day long. They were like, man, this is
Gonna
one of
distract them from
gonna
the ass
distract.
whipping.
that ass whipping and other things that might occur.
Yeah, there is that.
I am not going to be tying my T-shirts up. Oh, Nick there. Where's Nick at? He in the dungeon.
Oh my God.
Oh, we having fun, Jackie?
I have having a great
Come on now.
time.
No, like I said, I was a class clown in school, and it's funny because my teacher said to me in the 6th grade, I'll never forget it, Rickey, if you're gonna be funny, you get paid for it.
That's right.
I'm telling you, that's what she told me.
Wow.
And I took that with me wherever I go. And I was, being a virgin coming up as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
You wasn't doing nothing in my mother's house but sleep.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
These kids don't know. We ain't had all these computers. We had one phone. You had time to be on that
Exactly.
phone.
That
and
rotary.
15 minutes to get on that
Yeah,
rotary
that
phone.
rotary.
You weren't doing that in my mother's house, but it was just how I did. I used to watch a lot of TV.
Okay.
You couldn't take me away from the Flip Wilson show.
Oh, I love
and I'm
that.
going way back,
Geraldine.
Geraldine.
Yeah.
And basically Geraldine set the tone for stuff with Martin doing Shanae.
Yeah.
You see, it wouldn't have been nothing. Martin got that from him. He know it. I mean, he wouldn't do it. He
So,
wouldn't argue.
so
So
Rick,
the
at a
McGee
young
character?
age,
Yeah.
was you studying and didn't know you were studying?
Let me tell you this here. This is how I really actually got in comedy. I was working at the airport, and I was a supervisor out there for janitorial. And I used to have a radio, and radio, you talking to your next
Yeah,
person.
you talk shit.
And I would do voices on the radio.
Okay.
Hey, this fat out, just playing with people.
Wow.
So I do voices. I pity the fool that who gonna mess with Mr. T, Nick?
Right.
Put that peanut butter sandwich down. So, and I was just, and I had Richard Pryor to the T.
Wow.
You know, back in the day, we were smoking them blunts. They weren't blunts.
They wasn't blunts,
They were
yeah.
weed then. They were
Right,
smoking weed.
yeah.
They said it was born in the ground.
Don't
That's
think
exactly what
now.
we did. I don't know what we did now.
Right.
You guys, but back in the day, I used to, have my own apartment up in
Mm-hmm.
Brooklyn, and I put on this hat. Richard Pryor had a character named Mudbone. The last person I met when I got up here was Stoney on the barber shop. Used to get bootleg haircuts, and I would mimic all his jokes.
Wow.
I didn't have an act, but I knew Richard Pryor's material.
Right, yeah.
But he was more of my mentor. Him, and sadly to say, Bill Cosby was too.
Yeah.
This is Bill Cosby, you see. If they don't hurry up and come to the prison and get me out of here, I think Camille gonna want a divorce. and I would do those voices, and that's how I got in.
Wow.
And I never saw this coming. But you know how when you learn something, you stick with it. I enjoyed this.
Okay.
Now take the comedy away. I'll be just the board supervisor. Can't wait to get off work each day. You feel me?
Yeah.
But I'm using all my talent.
Yeah.
That gift of gab. That taught me, and a lot of that came from the way I was raised. My mother, you went to work. You ain't playing with mother.
Oh yeah.
The first job I ever had was a paper boy. I remember it was raining cats and dogs out there. I said, Mama, I ain't going out there. I ain't no choice. She pushed me out there.
Right.
She come out, you get your money a little later though. But they wouldn't pay that paper boy, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I had black people be hiding behind the door. You could hear Soul Train going on. They still want to answer that door to pay the paper boy.
Damn right.
I know, but
Come back next week.
they used to tell me come back at 9. I'd be there 8:30 at night.
They being there knocked out.
You know how some parents work late.
Yeah.
They used to tell me to come back at 9 o'clock. I'd be sitting right on the porch waiting. I wanted to get my money because I had to go home to my mother.
Right, yeah.
My mother and them didn't play. She, look, you did the job, go get that money. And that really, you wouldn't believe it. That paper route taught me more about business than ever because I was really a quiet kid. You had to talk, but that was just shyness coming out.
Yeah.
Until I learned that, hey, I can do this comedy thing. I'm happy that I had, gotten to comedy because it's a healing medicine for everybody.
It is.
It heals not just you, but it heals me. Because if I tell you some stories of my personal life, you'd be ready to put me out.
Now, it's funny that you bring that up because my next question would be what pursuing your dreams, what sacrifices, because I feel like we pay a price, whether we want to believe it or not.
Sure.
But something is sacrificed. So being a comedian for as long as you have been, what toll has it taken on your personal life?
Well, you know what? For the longest time, I was single. It's hard out here for a pimp when you're trying to get the monies for the rent and the Cadillac and gas money spent. Well, make a whole lot of bitches jumping ship. So I was single. So the pleasure behind it as a young man. I'm not talking about at 62. You got everything you wanted.
Yeah.
One of the boys at the club used to say, "I know he over there talking them draws off that girl." Just from that sense of humor. Yeah. And it's just me just being likable. Because I was shy for girls when I was 18, 19.
Okay.
I had one child, and that's it. Out of 60-something years, one child.
Yeah.
I should have left it in.
Should have shook the wall.
Right.
For real. So, a lot of the highs and lows in this business, and I'm sharing it with the young comedians because that's what I do now, is produce up-and-coming new comedians. And I share with them, you got to know the business that you're in. Yeah. This is not a one-dimensional business. Right. If you don't know where you're trying to go with black comedy or mainstream comedy or even secular with church just as well, churches, see, that's all that. You got to know how to play all these grounds. I can sit there and cuss you out if I want to. Yeah, but that's going to limit what I'm going to get.
Right.
But if you learn to do a little bit of everything, that's why I might not know about Donald Trump or the presidency, but I know a little bit about all of them.
Right.
You say Andrew Jackson, wasn't that Jamal Jackson's daddy?
So you can't put limits on yourself.
You can't put limits. Yeah. Don't limit, because if we just stay black, then we going to stay broke sometime.
Yeah,
and when Nick was talking about that earlier, we could, and especially in Baltimore, they don't support you but so much. Then you look around.
Until you make it.
Yeah. And then you're gone.
And then you're gone.
And then you're back in, because I remember working with, what's the girl's name? Toni Braxton. When she first started. Them guys didn't want to come back here.
Yeah.
Monique Stein's in town and slide out. Because they know it's a one-horse town. It's sad, but it's true. But I made a business out of it because I was with bands when I first started.
Okay.
The Black Ice and Habit Band. I'm going way back. The business.
They put your time in.
Yeah. Soft Tones, First Class.
Oh, yeah. I had the lead singer's son here.
Okay.
A couple months ago.
Right.
So, yeah. And I love the soft tones.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. And back in the day, I was hosting and emceeing and coming on as a comic in the middle because there wasn't no comedians out there.
Okay.
See, I'm the only comic out there. Me and a guy, a ventriloquist guy, Joe Cini. He had a puppet back in the day. We was the only two out there. But he was a variety artist. I'm a comedian.
Okay.
So it gave me special privilege, but this boy was on fire.
Lester, not the
Not Lester. His name was the Amazing Joe Cini.
Okay.
Yeah, you talking about Willie Thomas.
Willie, yeah.
He ain't coming to Baltimore, girl.
Willie,
no, but I'm just saying.
But yeah.
That was all. And I'm just speaking of Baltimore.
Okay.
Because I've actually been around the world. I worked the Edgewater Casino for 15 years in Vegas. For 15 years, and I just worked San Diego last year.
Okay.
They have a nice casino out there. And the USO tour for the troops. I did 30 days in that hot 130-degree weather over there. You know what I'm saying? So, and 15 minutes you soaking wet and you ain't had no water thrown on you. That's how hot it is over there. But that's the love of the game again.
Yeah.
See, that's understanding that, the reason why I've survived is because I love the business. And I've also, with the transition that we in, remember there was Comedy Def Jam.
Right.
Remember there was BET. They're gone.
Right.
So what are you going to do next? That's why I create. That's why I became the CEO. If anything, I can teach these young people how to do it right.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah, because I got to pass DUIs, 17. Let me stop. I ain't got no car. I rode my bike here. I beat you here on my damn 10 speed.
Here we go.
Oh, I got to throw you in, Jack. Can't leave you hanging. That'd be hard on a brother leaving a sister hanging. But no, you know, the sacrifices for this business. You know, you don't spend Christmas and New Year's with your family. Sometimes you're on the road in a hotel. And nowadays everybody's Facebooking. But if you notice, the comedians at Facebook, ain't nobody in there but them.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I hope you ain't down there beating your meat, bro. Well, I'm in Kansas City. Ain't no Negroes in Kansas City, you know. But those are the highs and lows. I've traveled I've been to states. Now, I guarantee you ain't been to Idaho.
No.
To be honest, Oregon,
No.
Utah, Iowa. See, so these are that was the journey that I enjoyed.
Okay.
Because I'm from the south side of Baltimore, I'm a country boy, so I wanted to see the world. I drove from Washington State to Baltimore. 7 days. And a whole lot of weed. I think I still got some seeds in my car, you know. But no, it was the journey. You know, you got to be adventurous in life.
You do. You can't limit yourself. I believe if you are living your passion, then you make sacrifices. You know, you do what probably the next person wouldn't be willing to do.
That's right.
And the difference is they may be doing it for the money, but this is your passion. And I feel like when you do stuff solely for money, you're always going to be disappointed.
That's right.
Yeah.
And, you know, one of the things that I have those conversations all the time with the talent coming up. One of the things, the reason why I've survived this long is because I know the business.
Yeah.
As simple as that. You know, what I try to do is keep a production going twice a month. Now I'm producing this play. Once that Sanford and Son tribute hit, it's going to change
I'm
the
excited
game.
about that.
Everybody's excited about it. You know, even the staff that, you know, the characters and actors that we have now. We just had a casting call last week. But the point is, you know, it's going to change Baltimore because there's an audience, 45, 50, 60, 70, is going to want to see Sanford and Son.
Oh, yeah.
And let me tell you, I got the wig, the whole, the force, the Esther coming, Grady. We have Grady. We have Woodrow.
Who's playing Grady?
We have Owen Funderburg. He's a comedian, the third. He's playing Grady. Howard G. I know you interviewed him.
Yeah, I kind of saw him as Grady. That's why
No,
I
I was playing Lamont.
Okay.
Remember, Lamont was dark skinned.
Yeah, I can see that too.
Yeah, Lamont was dark skinned. We wanted your boy Rebel to play Lamont, but he never came to the casting call. But Miss Maybell, that's my baby. She's doing Esther. And, you know, Fred has a field day with Esther. Esther, you so ugly. Take you and Woodrow and get on out of here. You know? we got a black light-skinned boy doing Julio. Julio was a Spanish Puerto Rican guy.
Okay.
And so we got the whole cast, and we got a Rollo. See, Rollo was that smooth pimp.
Yeah.
We got a Rollo in there. He's from Cherry Hill, Akadi Hussain. He's also an entertainer. He sings in a band called the Five Shadows. I just want to make sure I say it right. Okay. But no, one of the things, Jackie, with me, what people don't understand is I'm basically the roots in this town. I'm the root.
You the root.
Here's the reason why. Ain't nobody else out there that I know been doing it this long and still going.
Right.
So many of them done quit because the business done changed. One thing with comedy, I'm a one-man show. Yeah. One thing with producing, like I told the young lady just left, I know talent when I say that girl could sing. Because she could really sing, so I picked it up right away. And that's what I do now, and I'm using all my talent. Yeah. It ain't got to be funny all the time to run a production. You know what I'm saying? I had 5 years at Teamsters Union Hall. I had produced a lot of Baltimore talent. I had Jay Sharp. Jay's playing with the Stylistics now. Right. Don't you think that make me feel good?
Of course.
Keith Fernandez. He's playing with, not the Moments. What's the other group? I just talked to him the other day. He's with one of those groups. I don't want to say the wrong name.
Enchantment?
Not Enchantment. He's with, not the Moments. Boy, if you say it, I would hit it on the dime. But this brain is still trying to get over this morning, all this running around I've been doing. See, people don't see the grinding behind it.
That's it.
When they walk in there and see that crowd in there, we work hard. You know, and that's why, you know, it's important. And here's the best thing, though, Jackie. I'm retired. So I get a little chicken wings every now and then. You know, I'm a military guy, too. Yeah. So I'm going to live my best life now. That's it. And it's been a lot of stress with this business. People don't know the stress. Sometimes we used to do 7 shows. I would do 7 shows because I had a contract at Ocean City. 2 shows a night. Each night, 1 night off. So that's 6 nights, 2 weeks. Wow. I mean, I laid up in the bed telling jokes. I couldn't sleep.
Yeah.
Because the adrenaline is
You're
going.
wound up.
Wound up. You see this energy.
Yeah.
And no sleep. So, but those are the moments you never forget. When there's an old saying, I'm working smarter now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You learn over
yeah.
time.
If you can survive in Baltimore, you got to be smart.
I agree.
You got to be smart. And I'm not looking, and I'm a chef.
Yeah.
I can cook some good oodles and noodles. I can hook you right up, girl. I can put some mushrooms in the noodles.
A chef with the oodles and noodles.
Put some oodles and noodles with mushrooms.
You got the hookup.
Got the hook. And look, I put some peas in there. You think you at a Chinese place?
Yeah, man. Oh my
You know,
goodness.
but that's once again, like I said, Jackie, that's using all your talent.
Right.
Whether you're a chef, I know how to survive. I didn't walk out here and get me a brand new Bentley and all that. You know? I took that 2001 Civic, and you better keep going till the wheels
Until the
fall.
wheels fall off.
If they do fall off, I'm gonna go to Crazy Ray's and I'm gonna reboot it again. You know.
Exactly.
Oh no, Crazy Ray's, you can put a car together.
Yeah, so I've heard.
Oh no, I got one better than that. See, how much is antifreeze? $16 a gallon or two, right? Crazy Ray's is $3.
Get out of here.
I can recycle. Why put new antifreeze in an old car? You put old antifreeze in an old car.
Damn, that's funny as hell.
No, that's funny. Don't steal it, Dick. Don't steal it.
I ain't gonna steal
You
it.
know he thinking about it over there. He trying to think of come back for that.
Nah.
Now, I wrote that because it's a true story. You know, I love the idea that you got to know Baltimore to live in Baltimore. I have to be honest, when the riots hit here, that hit me right in the gut. This is a true story. I was in Vegas performing. I'm looking up at the monitor. We got a riot going on.
Yeah.
And first they said they were about ready to introduce me. Ladies and gentlemen from Baltimore. I'm looking at the riot.
Like my city on fire right now.
I swear,
You
I
expect
told
me to perform after
know.
seeing that
Right,
shit?
right.
I said, look, I told the audience the first word I said, Baltimore ain't that bad. Ain't that bad. I had to kind of back off
Make
to
light,
them,
yeah.
make light of it, and jokes work everywhere you go. But that hurt me to see that,
Yeah.
because this is a good town. Don't get it twisted.
I agree.
We just in a transition now. You know what I mean?
I think they made too much of what was going on. It wasn't
Sure.
even that bad.
Sure.
Because the 60s, I know it was way 10
yeah.
times worse.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My mother was like, oh, that ain't nothing.
Well, the 60s, the difference was that they beat you a little bit. You know, the cops
Yeah.
they hitting you
Yeah.
for real. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
this riot here, the brothers got guns too.
Yeah, that's the difference. Yeah.
You don't want to shoot somebody that's shooting at you.
Exactly. That changes the dynamic.
They changed it all day, man. One cop got shot on Fulton, the next one got shot on North and Penn. Wait a minute, what's this? The Wild Wild West?
Right. Yeah.
It's amazing to me how Baltimore could get like Chicago. You know, Chicago went through that same transition, and down Baltimore we ended up being #1. I'm
Yeah.
like, are you serious? Bottom line. What about them Ravens, Jackie? Come on now.
That's a nice save.
Yeah, man. He just changed the whole demographic.
gotta go.
Exactly. That's a nice save.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep it live here. You know,
Yeah, we like
Yeah.
mine. We pretty
Yeah,
much
well,
talk
I have
about
to,
it
I have
and
to use
everything.
all my skills sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, I actually wanted to be a radio jock. You know, I used to love the way Randy Dennis and Tim
Yeah.
Watts, because Tim is a good friend of mine.
Okay.
And I used to love the way they talk in the morning. They're just having fun, Frank Ski, the whole 9 yards. But they would never let me get on that radio back in the day. Something about them jocks did not want you to get. They didn't want a comedian in there.
Yeah.
They were afraid I was going to
They
take
was
that job.
exactly.
I know what was going on.
Yeah, exactly.
But as soon as Monique hit, they just opened up the door.
Yeah.
I'm saying that's why all of them gone. Let me stop.
Shade.
It's the truth.
It is the truth,
I'm
though.
just
I
saying.
mean, it's funny because Howard brought up a point. He said he talked about Monique and he talked about Jada. He said there's a reason these people don't come back and uplift. And I thought that was pretty interesting.
Sure.
Because why wouldn't you?
Yeah, you would. But see, you know what? When you're in a city, and I can call this because I'm old enough to say it, Baltimore's a selfish town. And I don't mean it to degrade any Baltimorean. Anybody know Rickey Shackleford? I
Right.
speak my mind. I tell you, I talk about it on stage. But we got to learn to understand what God has for you, He has for you.
And that's it.
And don't worry about Nick,
Right.
worry about Rick.
Right.
You understand? But also learn to work together, share it. You know, if we took talents and worked together, we'd be unstoppable.
Absolutely.
Ain't nothing like African Americans, okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Come on now.
And that was one reason why I started this radio station,
Okay.
because a lot of people don't support each other.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
Like here, you come here, you family.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody come. I say, hey, we family here.
Sure.
Don't worry about
Sure.
it. And it ain't nothing but a phone call. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you know, Nick, and I'm glad you said it about the radio station, because I was literally about doing station radio too, because what I went through with Magic trying to get in there.
Yeah.
They wouldn't let you go in, and because a lot of times, just like you guys are letting me talk, they want to upstage the comedian.
Yeah.
And I don't want to come back. You already got a comedian.
And that's the thing. When you have people come on, you can't make it about you.
Exactly.
You have to allow them. That's what you invite them there for.
Well,
you have to allow them to tell their story.
We could have did this on a three-way. I'd have been home. You know, the Nationals play tonight. You know, ain't no
and then could I do a show at Radio 1? It's so many limitations of what you can do and what you can't do.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, here you free. Just be yourself.
Yeah.
You know, you say whatever.
Well, you
Be
know,
yourself.
That's why it's important, you know, to keep bringing names in here.
Yeah.
Because like I told them about the play, the names is what's going to put people in the seats.
I agree.
You know, you want to put top names in, because we bring Bruh Man from Martin here every year.
I saw that on your page.
Well, what we're going to do, he don't even know. He's a real good friend. I've been bringing him in for 12 years now. I'm going to put him in part of the play when he come here. Just write him in somewhere.
Yeah.
Coming out a window or something.
Yeah, something. Yeah, to connect the Sanford and Son with Mark.
Like, that's his thing.
That's
right?
a smart move.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you know, and that's part of the creativity, like you
Right.
said, Nick. And I, you know, it's not all about me. It's all about the presentation of what I'm doing.
Absolutely.
And, you know, and looking at the big picture, because they used to call me the Little Richard of comedy. He started him out. He started at Larry Lancaster. Get on me about that all the time. But I said, well, Larry, you was in school when I was doing what I was doing. Wasn't nobody else on that radio but me. Back in the day, and maybe Howard G. once I produced him. But the bottom line, don't disrespect the veterans.
Exactly.
You know, you look at guys like James Brown; these people paved the way. You can't forget the Godfather. So
Exactly.
you know, James was rapping before it was rapping.
You're right.
Think about it.
Yeah, you're right.
He was rapping, and that man was talented.
He was the first mumble rapper.
Bringing up James Brown, I mean, he pulled a lot of people along with him, and I think a lot of times what's missing is reaching back.
Sure.
You know, and I feel like we need to get back to that. Let's put that selfishness aside.
You're so right.
You know,
well, you know, he had Bootsy Rubber Band. He was playing back there. I was born with Maceo. Maceo got his own thing from James. So I do agree with you. We have to put back. But then when you get a certain age, you'll realize it. So a lot of times when you're in the business, you're thinking self.
Exactly.
And then, you know, when you be too selfish, you never know when that next guy going to come and pass you.
Yeah, you miss your blessing a lot of times being selfish.
Well, you know, and then it's very hard, especially when you're local sometimes. One of the toughest parts that I've dealt with is when I'm dealing with the local comedians that are totally amateurs to me. They don't have a clue of what being a professional is. They think of being a professional is just being funny.
Yeah.
You understand? Being a professional is little things like showing up on time, Jackie. I didn't mean to go there, Jackie. I know, Jackie. That was a little undercut. Nick, I hit it in the miniskirt.
Yeah.
I own it. You
hit
know,
on the sweater skirt.
I own my shit.
I didn't want you to go to sleep over there either, Jackie, because, you know, sometimes black folk, we talk, we preach, you know what I mean?
But you got to do it, you know?
Yeah, but, you know, and that's all I'm saying. I love the idea that God picked the right person for this final. This is my final curtain. Okay. That Sanford and Son is so big for me. Yeah. Because I have to learn this curtain up and down.
Up and down.
Because when I hit that stage and people that know me, we gonna sell out.
Oh yeah.
I
believe it.
I will hit this ground harder than I ever had, and I can make that sell, and you won't even hear it on the radio.
So Rick, where y'all doing the first show in?
We try to lock down. It's coming real soon at Forest Park. They got a nice auditorium.
Yeah, you talking about the senior center?
No, Forest Park,
the school,
the high school.
Oh yeah.
Man, they got
the new school. The
new school.
Exactly. Auditorium is very nice. Oh my God, I was impressed.
Listen, they got a nice sound booth. Everybody got a good seat,
it's really nice. Right, no matter where you sit, it's nice. Yeah,
it's nice, you know. But one thing about the neighborhoods is Forest Park at night, but you can step out about 20 minutes, you're on Garrison Boulevard.
Yeah.
Okay? You might get some head.
You might get it, and a nickel bag.
Or you might see a naked ass walk down the street, because I done seen that a many times.
You'll see Thriller. You'll see Michael Jackson Thriller made right in front of you. That's so funny, man. No, but that's only in Baltimore. You got to know how to live in this town.
Yeah, I agree.
I love Baltimore because I got a game plan. And I kind of want to share all that. Take one step before you get to two. And plus, I'm not in a hurry. I don't wake up worrying. I wake up, hey, look, I did the best I could do for that day.
That's it.
The best you can do for that day.
Yeah, that's it.
And just keep going, though. But because people don't even know where I live. Where you live at? In a house? That's all I'm going to give you.
That's all you need to know.
I ain't bringing you home with me.
Yeah, that's all you need to know.
No, this ain't going to do it. And that ain't being selfish. It's like, when I finish with comedy at the end of the night, I'm the last one to leave as a producer.
Okay.
And I'm going home to get me some sleep.
So you like the DJ. Be the first to get there.
That's
sometimes setting up and the last motherfucker to leave.
The last to leave, and that's the passion, Nick, that I take behind producing. See, my job too, Jackie, I'm the overseer. I want to make sure that crowd that's coming in that I got their back.
Yeah.
Listen, I ain't fighting nobody in the parking lot, but I can point and say, God, get his ass.
Yeah.
Okay?
I know, right?
There's no violence in me. I ain't fighting nothing but trying to wake up every day. You know what I mean? But that's the only fight I'm gonna have. You know. So, but no, it's our town, and I just think the talent that's in the town. You don't have to run. But, you're going to get it. I always tell people that Baltimore is a workshop. This is where you work on your craft, and then you go out there and see how good you really are.
Yeah.
Howard G., we used to say this all the time, and my partner, we said we wouldn't be as good as we are if we didn't have Baltimore. Because you better be good here.
That's true, because we are so critical.
Very critical.
Yeah.
Very critical. You ain't funny.
But you want to know what? Every time I go out of town, I'm treated like a goddamn god.
Big time.
And it's so true.
Sure.
I mean,
like, people really appreciate your talent.
Yeah.
Sure.
And you like, what the fuck? I'm working hard as shit.
Yeah, I know. You feel
but
the love.
But it takes out-of-towners to recognize your talent.
Yeah.
Because even being in L.A., the people I was surrounded by, I was saying to myself, maybe I shouldn't be in this group. You know what I mean?
There you go.
But they were more in awe of me. And I'm like, I'm just a little peon.
Yeah. But
so it's a difference. The love that you get out of state.
Listen, I lived in Seattle, Washington for 5 years. I'm still hurting that the Ravens kicked their ass the other night. But I'll get over because I am a Ravens fan.
That's right.
You know,
That's right.
But I saw that, I saw that butt whipping. But when I lived there, coming out of the military, you go downtown Seattle, and the love was there. It's funny, I'll tell a long story short. One of the females, comedians, I ain't going to say no names, came back from Seattle. And Seattle, like we just said, you got big respect. She came back to Baltimore, and she's a Baltimore Morgan. They lit her ass up. Okay.
Wow.
I said, well, you ain't in Kansas anymore, Dorothy.
Exactly. Things change, man. I mean,
they change, but Baltimore let you know you
they'll
gotta come.
let you know.
You either got to come or you're going to go home.
That's
it's
right.
as simple as that. So, and with the business we're in, with comedy, it's about adapting. You got to adapt.
I agree.
And that's what I try to train. I got 6 female comedians on my show Friday.
Okay.
This coming up Friday, we're going to be, I thought I had the flyer here. I don't know what I did
You
with it.
did have a flyer.
I know.
Oh, it's over here.
It was over here. Nick done took it.
Nick
What are you
took
doing
it.
as a napkin, Nick? Eating the flyer and cornbread. What are you doing there? Cornbread.
He ain't even offer nobody.
I know that bread shining and
That's
everything.
that Baltimore shit.
That's
that
that
Baltimore.
Southern
That's that
shit.
Southern. Oh, you can hear bags rattling. What you say again?
Hold it up.
Hold it. Oh, the fire. Oh yeah, most definitely.
Not your dick, goddamn it.
Damn, Jackie.
shit
Show's
don't rise
over.
no more.
Hey, Nick, can you do me?
That motherfucking dick don't rise no more.
Nick, they got pills. You hear about the pills at the gas station, Nick? You get
What,
shot.
the Yahimbe? What they got? They got all kind of shit at the gas station.
No, they don't call them Yahimbe. They call them your hard
Dragonfly.
ass. That's what they call them. They hard ass. Shit.
You say dragonfly?
Yeah. Shit. I got a blue one trying
That's how
to.
you hold that flyer.
Oh, shit. I'm thinking about the pill.
He done got excited. This goddamn
I was about ready to
shit.
shut this door and put Nick ass out because I know you ain't going to mess with old Tubby the Bear over there. I like, this is your best shot, Jackie.
Oh, Lord.
My titties might not be big as yours, but we going to make some happen.
I ain't sucking no titties, goddamn it.
No, damn it. If I suck your titties, you going to suck my titties,
I
goddamn.
ain't sucking no titties.
Look at that
You
shit.
understand?
Now, you see what she said, Nick? Jackie's a hit of her class.
I'm a selfish motherfucker. Let me say that.
You missed what I just said. You a hit of your class.
Don't you laugh at that.
See, y'all do the inside.
She's the head
I'm the head.
The head of the class.
Head of the class.
The head of the class, Jackie. I had one girl, I said, look, you don't put them teeth in my shit, don't you? She don't do that feel
So you want
good.
her to take her teeth out before she...
No, she hit at the top of the head. I'm like, what kind of shit is this?
Don't the teeth bring a different sensation?
No, I want some
you're like,
grandma
ow!
hair. I want some grandma hair, all gum.
Hey, Vincent.
Oh, that's nasty, Nick. You know you want some grandma
You're a
here.
nasty ass.
Your mama just
anyway.
go get a bottle of water and pull it on you, Nick. Now you got but drool coming all out. She got oatmeal
Like
sliding
that
down her
time.
mouth.
That's that sloppy toppy, right?
Sloppy top oatmeal raisins coming out of her mouth, Nick. Raisins coming.
Wait a minute, hold that thought. I want that raisin right there.
Hey, look, the messed up part is when she's taking shit, the teeth come out. This is
See,
bullshit.
That's that bullshit.
That chick done swallowed the old damn teeth, Nick.
God damn, that's that bullshit.
No,
I
man.
tell you.
No, I'm having a good time.
That's good.
No, I am, and I'm pushing myself because of y'all energy. Y'all got good energy. I already know Nick. We
Yeah.
go at it all the time. But that's nice meeting
Well, you
you.
ain't. First of all, he's distracted because he got that food and shit over
Kicking
there.
it up.
So.
But what they got the biscuits sitting on the turntable?
Yeah, exactly. You got to remix that shit.
I don't think I want none of that biscuit, Nick. He'd have dropped it on the floor. That
They
ain't
put it up on the table. Yeah, they want some of this.
You think it's salt? It's dirt on the biscuit. Come on,
Motherfuckers going all in the same place.
You got to put salt on the biscuit, though.
Lord
Wow.
have mercy. So the Sanford and Son production, I mean, I'm really excited about that because
Sure.
I don't think anybody has done that, have they?
They haven't done it because I think, we definitely still testing the waters, and I don't want to put too much out there too fast.
Okay.
But there's a whole lot of legends and there's a whole lot of legacies we need. When they did the Jeffersons not too long ago,
Yeah.
and they did Good Times. Red Sanford was number 2 back then.
Yeah.
But to touch Sanford and Son, you got to have somebody to know that part.
Oh my God!
Red,
Yes.
Red wasn't no joke. I seen him one time at Painter's Mill when I was a little kid. Never forget as long as I live. But he was so quick and so witty. And people don't know Red Fox started clean.
Yeah.
He wasn't done.
Wow.
He was clean. And I do the homework on him. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I have all that down. But my grandfather used to have a stock of albums of Red Fox. And that really kind of like the comedy thing was always thrown in my face like that. And
You
Bill-
were surrounded by
yeah,
it.
and then even with Bill
Yeah.
Cosby, you put Bill down, but Bill has some albums.
Oh yeah.
You
I
know.
always loved Bill Cosby.
It's just sadly what they go through, but that's just when you're dropping pills in people's shit.
Yeah. But he joked about it.
I know he did.
That's
He did
the
that
thing.
one.
I mean, now that everything is out on the table,
Yeah.
why the hell are people surprised when it was part of his comedy?
It was his act. And
Exactly.
you locked your damn self up, Bill.
Yeah, exactly, right. Like,
He
but
snitched
you know
on
what?
himself.
You running with a certain group of people and they getting away with doing this shit, and
Right,
maybe
right.
you feel like, okay, I'm part of this clique.
Right.
This comes with a certain privilege, but it's different for us.
Yeah, totally. Especially you hanging at that mansion with what's the
With
boy?
Hefner?
Hefner and the mansion. Wait a minute. What is 16-year-old playgirl buddies doing in the mansion? Ain't they hookers and prostitutes? Come on now. So why are they up in there?
Yeah.
I don't blame Bill. Bill like, come over here and let me give you a little bit
Bill
of
say, I
jello
have
pudding.
arrived, God damn
I
it.
know. But he was really one of the only black acts out there.
Yeah.
Him, Nipsey Russell, and I'm really
Yeah.
going back.
Yeah,
and
you
they,
are.
I know a little older than you too, Jack.
But Nipsey, I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't really, he wasn't funny to me.
Well, you got to understand this, and I'm glad you made that point.
Yeah.
Most comedians have different styles.
True.
He might cater to a more upscale because his stuff
He was more,
he was,
yeah.
he was more upscale, and Red Fox could play it either way. Because, like I told
Yeah,
you,
he
when he
could.
first started, his stuff was there; it was clean. And then he said, "Fuck this, yeah, I'm gonna do it my goddamn way. You got to wash your ass." I'm not talking about your whole ass.
I wonder what made him start clean though.
He started clean because that was he wouldn't get into the clubs.
Oh.
See, the only thing they could get into was black clubs back
Yeah.
then. They call it the Chitlin Circuit.
Okay.
They couldn't get into nothing else. So when he moved to Vegas, that's when he got his break.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? One of them, I don't know them old people. I don't know. They were older than me. But I just can't remember the names off the top of my head. They saw him, and one thing happened, and he started packing on Vegas.
Okay.
When you pack Vegas, you're on your way.
You've made it.
Yes, you've definitely made it.
especially then.
Yeah.
One of the stories I remember reading about him was he never wanted his mom in his audience because of what he talked about.
What he say?
Yeah, and
Wow.
so it would. it would just but I can dig it because look at the shit I talk
mother.
about.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
If my parents were living and I would say don't listen to the show tonight,
Right.
I know they would listen. You know what I mean? So I understand that because I can be raw sometimes,
most definitely.
and I don't want to go to my parents' house and they looking at me like, that's a nasty ass motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Even though they probably knew it, but to hear it is different.
It's totally different because my mother would never come to. She would never come. Please, that woman was a Christian.
Yeah.
I did a church show, and she came to that one show, but she would never come to anything else in the club.
Okay.
And because she really, my mother's favorite word, nigga, you need a job. Mama, that ain't a joke. My mother actually, and you pumped up when you said, "Mom, I'm just opening up for the Patti LaBelle and the OJs." And
It's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
But I worked hard to get there.
Exactly.
But here's the point. That's why you got to don't underestimate your kids. Your kids got dreams just like you had.
That's true.
And that's why I told my mom, I said, you live your life.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I'm riding it out. I know I ain't got but 10 good ones left. Shit, I'd have made it. I die right now. Shit, I'd have made it. You know what I mean?
That's
the way
right.
people dying
That's
today,
right.
people go, you an old man at 60. Hope you make it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm here already. You know, you
done
still
made
got a
it.
ways to go.
Nigga, I know how to duck a bullet, okay?
Exactly.
You ain't got to worry about that, so... No, I just say that, and I really mean that. Don't underestimate your kids.
Yeah.
What you done back. The generations have changed.
It has.
Before we had the trolley cars. I remember never rode one, but I saw the train tracks. Like, what the hell was that mess? Way back in the neighborhoods I grew up, then you move from that to a bus. The bus was too damn old.
Yeah.
We used to have a store that was a bus.
Yeah, Cherry Hill.
Cherry Hill bus. They had the bus. They had the best.
I told my son that. I'm like, oh, you could get everything you wanted
in
from
that
the
bus.
bus.
I remember that when I
get
first went out
tampons in the damn thing you wanted in the
Anything
bus.
you needed.
It rolled around the whole Cherry Hill.
Well, that's where my neighborhood, which is Fairfield, got it from Cherry Hill because we used to emulate Cherry Hill.
Yeah, because we lived on Spelman.
Oh, you lived on Spelman?
My grandmother lived on Spelman, so we was over there like every weekend.
Right.
So what's that, some West Side Cherry Hill type shit? Because that shit ain't happen over East.
Well, East they had rivals all the way back in the day.
Yeah.
Like way before you was even born.
Right.
You couldn't go to the East Side, couldn't go to West.
Yeah.
I was just happy to go outside. Shit,
Right, exactly. You ain't care where you was,
I just want to play marbles.
Right. We couldn't go, like when we moved from Cherry Hill, we moved to East Baltimore. So when you live in East Baltimore, like my parents didn't want us hanging down the project.
Sure.
But that's where all the action was.
Where was the
I wanted to go
action?
down Lafayette because that's where everything was happening.
See, that's where my grandmother lived at.
Okay, when I went down Lafayette, I knew when I came home my ass was going to be punished.
Oh, you in
somebody,
trouble.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you in trouble.
But I was going anyway.
See, but that's the discipline in parents back then in the day.
The whole neighborhood raised you.
Yeah, they raised you.
Yeah, it ain't happening now.
My mother look out that door. You ain't by that light.
Damn right.
When you get home, that light might be turned the fuck on.
You trying to hurry up and get in the house and get up.
And your neighbors could whip your ass.
Wait a minute now. Have you ever had your mama lock you out the house?
She never locked me up because she knew I would like it. That's why she
You were playing right in your hand. That's funny. My mother told me, you better be. I was a young teenager, 14, 15. I was a ball player. I'm hanging out with the guys. They sit there drinking the little quarts of 45 and all that. She said, you better be in here by 11 o'clock. Oh, God, these guys think I'm going to punk or something, right?
Yeah.
She said, you don't be in there. I sit on them steps all night long. I saw the sun come the fuck up. I'm like, damn, is that the sun? She did not open that door. The temperature dropped. I had a little small shiny knee, cussing her ass out.
But you learned.
No, that's my girl. My mother raised me, girl.
Yeah.
But see, they can't do that shit nowadays until they scared that child to get shot all up and all that dumb shit.
And he learned.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta, I think that sometimes we're a little too soft.
Too soft.
Yeah.
I was harder on my daughter. I got a real quick story because the beatings, and I wrote a joke one time. It's called Discipline. And my mother didn't believe in time out. She took time out. Obviously, got tired of beating your ass.
Yeah.
And then she took time back in. But so my daughter never got beaten. Spoiled little girl. Oh, I can't stand it. Because we had a division in the family.
Okay.
Where her mother, when she went to that side, she stayed to that side.
Yeah.
She didn't see the way we was raised. I remember she came home with 6 U's on her report. I lit her ass up.
I bet.
I put another U on her ass. So she wasn't used to that. You know that girl hate me today.
Wow.
Because he never, and that's the only time I ever spent.
Wow.
Ended up in manager classes and shit, anger management and shit. Can't even whip your damn child. Wait a minute, all them ass whippings I get, I can't get one out.
Especially because I know, like the group I was with, they
cold coming up.
Every time somebody cracked a joke, the whole table got a beating. So you would get your ass kicked in school, and then come home and get your ass kicked.
Oh, big time. Oh
yeah.
No. First joke I ever wrote, true story, was it's called the 60s beating. And I put the Temptations and all that. Mama, please. And it's funny that we're talking about the beatings because that was the first joke I ever wrote.
Okay.
Getting that first whooping is called discipline. That's
I know my whole table.
I had Aretha Franklin. I don't think no one got more ass whipping than me. Because I was a little thief.
Well, I wasn't. Well, I had my moments.
Come on,
it's
keep
so
it
funny
real now, Jackie.
because my brothers always joke. Well, we knew when Friday was here because Daddy was going to take us out to dinner. We was going to get allowance, and Jackie was going to get her ass kicked. I mean, it was like an every Friday occurrence because of my mouth.
Sure.
And I'm always like, I'm going to stand up for my rights. So my dad let me know what kind of rights I had.
What kind of rights? You ever thought about doing comedy, though? You have a live personality.
I haven't because I don't think I'm funny like that,
but
you know?
And that's an understatement for this reason because we ain't talking about subjects.
Yeah.
And you got your voice. Your voice is different, and most comedians are different. We just a little bit different the way we say things.
Yeah.
So I might have to reel you in. And hey Nick, mess around, put some fucking.
Wait
a minute, she don't know that. Mess around, put some tickets in her hand. Jackie out there selling tickets and she at the radio station.
Bullshit.
Okay. I mean, I'm just saying.
Damn Rickey Shackleford, y'all.
God damn it, Rickey got me out here pimping these damn tickets.
I will pimp your ass. But you just think about it sometimes. It's no different than having a conversation over air sometimes. Y'all say a whole lot. You listen to that back.
I guess we put a label on things. Like you say, have I thought about it?
Sure.
But I haven't. But like you said, it's just having a discussion.
Just a discussion.
Yeah.
Having a discussion. I've done 4-hour improv. Can you imagine being up there for because when they're eating you up, you just got it. You in your zone.
Yeah.
And see what my act is so different. I think I got one DVD. I'll give it to you before we leave.
Okay.
My act is different because I do impressions, I sing, I improv, I create as I go along. I'm reading them to keep it live.
Right.
And you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what. And it looks easy, but that was a training I had to train. I had Ocean City, like I was saying, 6 nights, 2 shows. We were doing 3 nights one time. So you got all that time to work out.
Yeah.
And that's learning yourself.
Okay.
Once you learn yourself, you funny. You got some shit you done been. You done snuck in the house and shit. You came here late. You know what the shit you done done.
Go.
You know what you did last summer there, Jackie. Don't need to.
Here we go.
So you ever did a show and never used none of your material and just fuck with the crowd?
No, that's what I'm talking about now.
Right.
That's the improvisation I'm talking about. And I did that for training because when them jokes ain't working, you got to come up with something.
Some other shit.
Yeah.
But I love it because that shows you character. You're a character up there. A good comedian, it's comedy. Now, some audience could be a little sensitive, and I work black and white.
Yeah.
So in the white, you got to watch what you say to them. So they go tell management in a minute. That's
and
your
then
last
barred
bait.
from there.
You can't even drive past the club. They got security looking for your damn car.
You can't even drive past.
You can't even drive past the club. So
wow.
But that's the difference in comedies with mainstream and black comedy that I like. Because you got to have an act for all of that.
I agree.
Oh no, I love mainstream. I just keep it real. White folks just too sensitive to me.
But they say we are.
Yeah, that's because they're scared of us.
Yeah.
See, they remember 12 years a slave. they remember it, and we watched it.
Yeah, over and over for some.
Hey, look, when back in the 60s, they putting dogs on people. But I don't get this. They think we're supposed to forget that shit.
Yeah.
They ain't even hit
They
me.
say get over it. They say get over that. They say get over slavery.
Yeah.
Well, have the Jews gotten over the Holocaust?
Hell no.
No, you bring it up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Shit, they teach their kids that shit.
Exactly.
And everything I holler anti-Semitic. I'm like, but this country is doing a whole lot of changes. It needed a facelift because you can't keep walking around saying the N-word. Some brother just got off of that today. I don't know if y'all saw it. Yeah, he was worked in the school.
Yeah.
You see it, Nick?
Yeah, and he told the kid, don't call him the N-word.
Don't call him the N-word.
And they fired him.
They fired the brother.
Wow.
But he got his job back today. I watched Tamara Hall.
Hall, yeah.
Yeah, he was on there today.
Okay.
Because sometimes you got to be tough with these kids. I
agree.
Had a good friend of mine. He played basketball. And he got shot up in Douglas with that same stuff. But they're trying to protect somebody.
Right.
Your kid just gonna get shot.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be on the news.
Yeah.
Okay?
I can dig it.
Yeah, especially when they bringing guns in school.
Yeah, it's a different dynamic.
And they can bring your pencils to school.
That's because they're not letting parents be parents.
Yeah.
And then some parents don't know how to be parents.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
But then again, too, Nick, you make a good point because some of them still kids.
Some of them still kids.
You got to grow up.
Yeah.
You can't be wearing what your daughter got on.
Exactly.
No bullshit.
You a hoe and your
Shit, I'm
daughter.
trying to fuck my
your daughter hoe too.
Shit, nigga trying to fuck mom and daughter.
You ain't but 12 years old. You got a 12-year-old hoe.
Right. It's crazy. It's like once you have your children, I think it's not about you still living your life the way that it was prior to that.
Sure.
You have to lead by example. And if you're not doing that and that kid mess up, whose fault is it?
Yeah.
You didn't teach. You were so busy being a friend.
I don't want to beat the men down, but the men need to be in this kid's life.
Yeah. I agree.
We put too much weight on the women. That's why we have so much respect for mothers.
Yeah.
And then, there's no relationships because, black families and meaning communities just as well. There was just too much hanky-panky going on back in the day. Everybody wanted a little piece. Then they got 7 kids and seven different fathers. And there was just too much going on.
Yeah.
There was no husband and wife. You if you had 10 families, you probably had 1 or 2 husband and wife.
Yeah.
And then you never know when your uncle done slid in.
That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of that.
That's my uncle. That ain't your damn uncle,
That's
boy.
your daddy.
Daddy.
That ain't your uncle.
Man, I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, people were
mama's
throwing dick around back then, and it was just a different. It was different respectabilities, though.
Different though. Yeah, but Jack, we got 2 minutes.
So what's coming up next? I know you have the Sanford and Son play coming up.
Yeah, we do our normal dates at the Vulcan Blazers. We have back there on November the 9th. Also, we at Club Expectation back on November the 22nd. Okay. So twice a month, if you go to Facebook.
And then Friday, Expectations.
Expectations. So so we're going back and forth. What I did, true story, when I did Vegas and saw the ride joke, I came back and put comedy in all these clubs that I've been through. That was a smart move. But I set it off, as the kids say. I set it off, and a lot of the young people are doing it now. So I planted the seed. And I'm happy that they are. Some of them can be a little rude. I had a couple of them wanted to beat me up one night. I'm old, my drunk as hell.
Damn.
I ain't gonna beat up a drunk. You get an ass whipping, you don't feel it when you're drunk.
Okay.
Till you wake up, right?
Like,
but now they call me back. We appreciate you. That's all.
Cool.
That's all I wanted.
That's really cool.
Because there was mentors in the neighborhood when I came up. My mentorship now is me being in comedy. If they could get them, to just do something positive. That's all I wanted. Yeah. That's the whole thing I wanted in a nutshell.
And this city need comedy.
We need it.
We do.
And it's working. I'm telling you, these young kids done took it and ran with it.
That's good. That's what you want.
Yeah, it worked, and I saw that vision. I had a comedian named James Stevenson III. We both came from Seattle at the same time, and he travels. He opened up for Ray Charles, so you can imagine.
Oh, yeah.
He was way up there. He said, man, you need to go to Baltimore and start comedy. Nigga, won't you do it? You don't know Monroe Street, do you? I know Monroe Street. Crabs ain't the only thing you can get down there. But that's how I got started with. Okay. And I came back in 86. Once I got started, there was sky's the limit. I went to Gatsby's nightclub. He gave me a one night, and this is what the kids don't understand. I did it for a whole year for free. But he put my name on the radio. You know how good your name on the radio,
exactly,
right?
Exactly.
But you made that into dollars.
I made it into dollars, and I learned how to produce myself. And once I learned from him, God rest his soul, Tony Triplett, people know him. And once I learned from him, I stepped away and started doing my own thing. and I have not stopped since.
That's good.
You know, and to take the highs with the lows, I don't feel the pain, because the best part of this business, I don't have to work for nobody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can control my own destination.
Which is a good position to be in.
All because of that paper route.
Yeah.
I was delivering. But now I always tell people I'm delivering for me.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So
makes a difference.
it don't take no degree to figure this out.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
Most definitely. Jackie, I don't know what y'all doing, but I don't know what you going to do.
He got his car calling him, so.
Yeah.
No, my girl got a GPS on her car.
Oh, yeah. So, you know, it was a pleasure having you here. You're welcome to come back at any time, and we'll definitely be in touch.
I enjoyed it. And, y'all, want to hit me, just hit me on Instagram, Rickey the Real Deal at Gmail.
Okay.
And you can hit me on Facebook, too, Rickey Shackleford, Rickey Rickey. Make sure you go E.
I did, because when I texted him, I think I said,
Yeah.
I omitted the E, and then I was like, oh, shit, I fucked up.
Yeah. I always joke with that.
He got the old school.
The
Rickey.
old school. I'm the original Rickey.
Yeah.
And don't overlook Shackleford. They used to call me Shack in the military.
Okay.
I was Shack before Shack.
Before Shaq.
But he younger than me, so
Yeah.
I used to, cause I stayed in trouble. Hey, them Shack, he done fucked up again. I had a career. It didn't last long. Yeah, but go ahead, sweetie.
We appreciate you, definitely. I want to remind everybody I am in Slay Queens magazine. I will post the link on my page, so make sure you grab a copy. I forgot what page I was on, but it's a great publication. This is kind of the layout. So
Okay.
Let me see
Look
that
at
shit.
Jackie with a little skinny leg.
it's like my third magazine. So
Really?
and just the
Hey, congratulations.
I appreciate that.
Sure.
And just a reminder, I went to LA, what was that, like the beginning of the month or the end of last month. And so I received an XP award.
Wow.
Red carpet. It was housed at the Hollywood Roosevelt, so I really felt like a VIP.
Yes, you did.
And it's such a prestigious award that not everybody actually receives it.
Sure.
And mine was for Thought Leader of the World.
Great.
So, and it's a reminder for me that every opportunity is worth pursuing when other people are saying, no, don't do it. Yeah. You got to follow your own instincts.
That's
people
right.
are going to talk about you no matter what, but it's how you feel about yourself.
Sure.
We make sacrifices, unfortunately, when we see the bigger picture. So I saw the bigger picture. I tell people all the time, I know I'm on my path because at the age of 3, I had a brush in my hand, holding it as a microphone,
right.
And now, voila. I always stayed consistent to that. So stay on your path and always believe that even when obstacles are set before you, you can overcome them. I think your journey is bigger than your problems. So I'm out on that note. Rickey think he getting out of here without me getting a picture, but I'm going to get a picture with Mr. Shackleford.
She had to give me when I'm looking like a drunk. Looking like Woody the Wine. I didn't know whether to wear my suit, but hell, when I got to the dungeon, I'm like, this is not going to be good.
He talking to me the whole time, walking down here like, am I going to the prison or,
I said, Nick, set my ass up.
No, but look, once you come in here, you like.
It's amazing.
No, this is very, it's cozy.
Yeah.
And it's very comfortable.
Yeah.
And you guys are good hosts.
Well,
I give props where I see it, you know. And you ain't got to worry about me. I ain't coming back.
You coming back. He coming back. He coming back after the play.
Shit, he going to come back before the play to promote the play.
No,
exactly.
we will be back for that.
Okay, cool.
We can flip some of them jokes.
Bring the whole
on
cast.
the real tip.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will. We're gonna hit every station out there because we want Baltimore to know that that's what we're about.
Yeah.
And most of the folks in the play is 50 and over.
Okay.
You see
so
what I'm saying?
They know Sanford and Son.
They know Sanford and Son, and also they understand that it's bigger than what we're doing.
Absolutely.
It's a legacy.
It's a legacy.
You have to leave that legacy. And I thought that was a great thing. I created that. I'm gonna say me and Howard G, because I don't want to hear his damn mouth.
You know you're gonna hear his mouth.
I know.
He's
He
somewhere
probably
out
listening
there.
He
I'm gonna
listening.
say
Me and Howard G.
In the shadows.
I know. He's sitting back saying that motherfucker. But we've been friends for 25 years.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh no, everybody had a sidekick. You know, Batman
Absolutely.
had Robin, and Nick had Chuck E. Cheese.
So which one are you?
Oh no, I'm Superman.
You
I slid down with that
You
nigga.
sure did.
Nick had Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh my God! And he still got that piece of bread on the turntable. Ain't that some
biscuit,
shit?
that bread ain't real. That ain't nothing but a model.
Motherfucker hard.
You know, when
That's why I had this
Wait a minute, Jackie.
there.
Jackie, Nick done went in there and took the model out. He took the model. He come in here trying to bite that bitch. Boy, you need to
Lord
stop.
have mercy.
I got to go, guys. It's real.
We're going to get a picture.
Yeah, let's do
So
that picture.
we'll see you guys next week, same time, same place. And thank you.
Jackie, you walk with Nick always got a better pants, so you walk with the show.
Make sure you check this out. I'm going to post it on the page so you all can support Rickey Shackleford on October 25th, this coming Friday. So if you're not doing anything, please come out and support. Good night, folks. All right, let me get this picture.